Hi everyone, this is Dr. Mike, host of the free iTunes podcast, Psychiatric Secrets Revealed with Dr. Mike, but that's not why I'm here today. This is another Saving Savvy episode. I think this one's going to be entitled, You Already Have the Camera That You Need. So if you're like me, you lust after a lot of cameras, and if you're like me, you probably have more than one camera. I have many more than one camera, but even if you just have one camera, and even if that camera is basic, you can do amazing things with it. So this talk kind of was spurred on by a couple of things. I was watching a video by Spiros Heniandis, who is a person that has a YouTube channel with a lot of photography stuff on it. And the particular YouTube video he had a title like something like, Don't Let Noise Get in Your Way. In other words, he was basically saying that we are too obsessed with these technical aspects of pictures, in this case noise, and some of his favorite pictures had noise in them, but that still didn't detract from the fact that they were awesome pictures, and he was right. So I took that information, plus something that happened to me over the Super Bowl weekend. So I was at a very good friend's house for the Super Bowl, watching the game. And I hang out with this guy a real lot, and we're really very close, and so I have free access to his house, and so I was wandering around. And I noticed that pretty much in every room, there were pictures on the wall or on a desk or whatever that I took of either him, his family, his dog, his kid. And some of those pictures were formal pictures. Some of those pictures I actually had them get dressed up, and I used my D3S and my very fancy professional level camera, and we took pictures. But other pictures were taken with simple compact cameras or just some other DSLR that I was using someplace else, and I just happened to stop over at his house, or even with my iPhone. And these were prized pictures. They were framed. They were up on the wall. They were framed. They were on the desk. These were things that had meaning for my friend and his family. Now, technically, I think if we did a 300% crop, you'd find many faults with those photos. But he wasn't looking at a 300% crop. He was looking at the whole picture. He didn't care if there was vignetting. He was looking at the whole picture. And what those pictures told, they told a story. They had emotion in them. They had feeling in them. They had events. They recorded things that were important to him. They were important enough so that he would take a picture that I would maybe send him via a text message and take it someplace and have a print made out of it. And so what does this say? This says that we've already have had cameras that can do just about anything we need to do. Now, okay, naturally, if our goal in life is to do macro photography only, we probably need a special camera. Or if we are a pro-level sports photographer, we probably need a special camera. But even your most basic iPhone takes excellent pictures nowadays. I use cameras regularly, including a Nikon D300S, a Canon 7D, and I was just fooling around a little bit ago with a Nikon D7000. These are old cameras, and they take awesome pictures, and frankly, their capabilities are beyond my abilities. So I could still grow into those cameras. Now, do I have other cameras too? Yes, I do, because I do have that desire to get that extra 1/8 stop improvement on low light functioning, or that little bit higher resolution. But I think so many times I listen to these channels, and people, you have to create a buzz. You have to create something for someone to watch your channel, right? So there are these comparisons, looking at the fact that a Canon doesn't have as good dynamic range as, let's say, a Nikon. But you know what? Lots of professional photographers use Canon cameras. Or maybe someone will look at the Nikon camera and they may say something like, well, it doesn't have as many cross-type sensors. Well, but people do sports photography with Nikon cameras all the time. And the same thing could be said of Pentax cameras, and awesome pictures come out of iPhones, and awesome pictures come out of Sony cameras. And so the equipment really exceeds most of our abilities. Now, I'm not saying don't buy equipment. I'm certainly not going to stop buying equipment. I love equipment, but I will freely admit that I love equipment because I love equipment. I love technology. I love looking at the way that people do things differently. I love the fact that this can be compared with that. But I also realize that the most basic sorts of items will get the job done in most situations. So what I would urge you guys to do, and gals, is I would urge you just to get out there and take pictures. If all you have is an iPhone, use your iPhone. If all you have is a compact camera, use your compact camera. If you have an old DSLR, or if you buy one for $200 on eBay, use that and celebrate the fact. You don't have to have pro level lenses. The kit lenses will work just fine for you, because what you really want to do is you want to create a story with your image. You want someone to look at that image and think about it. You want them to be drawn into that image. And that's going to come with a little knowledge up here, much more than it's going to happen with just the latest dial on your camera. Or if you have 6 dials instead of 4 dials, or 12 programmable buttons instead of 6. I mean, yes, all of that is fine and good, but for most of us, it's just getting out there and shooting. So please grab your camera, get outside, go inside, do whatever it takes, and start snapping pictures. And then look at those pictures and see if they tell a story that you want to be told. See if they draw you into them. See if they're interesting. Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't be as technical as you can be, but even an iPhone has all sorts of adjustments that you can do with a simple additional app that you probably aren't using to its, so you're probably not even using your iPhone to its maximum ability. So that's my opinion. Let me know what you think below. If you like this video, it's awesome to give me a thumbs up. It makes me want to do more videos. If you like my channel, subscribe to it. That would be really cool, because that also makes me want to do more videos. A couple other things. If you get some time, give my free podcast a listen. It's called Psychiatric Secrets Revealed with Dr. Mike. You can find it on iTunes and other podcasting sites. It's really evolved over the years. I've been doing this since 2006, I believe, so we're really, maybe not quite that, but certainly at least 10 years. And so now it is really myself and my wife. I'm a board certified psychiatrist. She's a PhD level clinical psychologist. We have somewhat different views of psychology and such. And we talk about everything. We talk about our kids. We talk about life. We talk about politics. We talk about psychological stuff. And so it's all being approached from a psychological point of view. The other thing, that if you have an interest in learning a little bit more about me, I do a blog now. It's called drmikekuna.com. It's drmikekuna.com. And this really started out as a writing experiment, which is just what it is. So I am trying to move my creativity in different directions. And I know that if I'm going to write more, I have to be more honest with my feelings, and I have to be willing to share my feelings with other people without fear that they're going to, make fun of me or whatever. And so there's a lot of personal stuff on that blog. Read it or not read it if you choose, but I'm just passing it out there just in case you may have an interest. So with that, I would like to say, have a wonderful day. Take your camera out, whatever camera it may be. It is the best camera. It is the only camera that you need right now, and have a nice day.